Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Itawamba Community College. Registration for the spring semester at Wallet Hub's #1 community college in the state and 25th best in the country is open now through December the 18th, weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in the Student Affairs offices on both the Fulton and Tupelo campuses. You can also register by visiting apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So take you to the floor now for the playing of the National Anthem. And welcome to tonight's broadcast. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith as ICC and Northwest getting ready to play two tonight, Jordan, as opening North Division play this evening. And two teams that are a lot of like colors, logos, everything. When you see Northwest, Itawamba, they kind of reflect each other. But these are two teams that are really going to get after each other tonight. And it's something about, I know you're new to this new rivalry between Itawamba and Northwest, but it's something about whenever somebody from Itawamba looks across the way and sees Northwest on their chest, vice versa, it just brings out the best in everybody.
You got a good matchup here tonight anyway, Adam, as you look at ICC, comes into the night at 5-2, Northwest 7-3. There is one common opponent between the two, that being ASU Mid-South. The Lady Indians defeated them 71-47 a couple weeks back, and Northwest fell in that meeting 67-61. So that is the only common opponent between the two. But throw that out the window. You got a brand new game out there on the hardwood here tonight as you open up North Division play. As you mentioned, it's a brand new season that gets kicked off here tonight at the Davis Events Center.
Absolutely. Lady Indians 5-2 on the year. You take a look at the Lady Rangers 7-3. But as you said, Jordan, brand new year. You kind of just throw all that away right now because all that matters tonight is getting that W in North Division play.
You're exactly right. As we get ready for the starting lineups here from the Lady Indians, we'll take a look at what Northwest will send to the floor as starters. They'll put at a guard spot Aisha Mosby, a 5'5 sophomore out of Coldwater, Mississippi. She has not started a game all year. First start of her tonight. She's averaging 5.6 points per game. Lindsey Hall will be another guard, a sophomore at 5'9 from Ingomar, 9 starts and averaging just over 4 points per game. Kayla Freeman at 5'7, a sophomore out of Memphis, Tennessee, leads the team with 8.4 points per game. Yes, I said 8.4 points per game. Leads the Northwest basketball team. Lady Rangers only 8.4 leads that, but you know they've got 9 players averaging more than 5 points a game. So they're spacing out the points and getting it from a lot of different places. Taylor Fletcher, a freshman guard at 5'9 out of Ripley, will draw the start. And Mallory Russell will be the forward in the set at 6 tall, a sophomore out of Ingomar as well. And at Russell, 7.6 points per game, and she also has started every contest so far this year.
Absolutely, and that's your starting lineup there for Northwest. Now let's take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineup for your ICC Lady Indians. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Robin Porter, in her first year as the head coach of the Lady Indians, she's hoped she's got that winning combination put together this evening.
Yeah, just one change to what the starting lineup has been most of the way through, but still Whitney Watkins will call the shots at the point guard spot. The guard, a sophomore, 5'8 out of Decatur. She has 7 games started on the year, leads the team at 14.3 points per game, and she also buried that game-winning 3 against Lawson State 1 week ago. Zaire Burgess will be the 3 guard in the set, a freshman out of Oxford, averaging 4.3 points per game. Tabria Gandy will start, a sophomore at 5'3 out of Starkville, averaging 11.1 points per game. Tamoya Brownlee will be the 4 in the set, a sophomore at 5'11 out of Holcomb, Mississippi. And Keely Wilson will round out the starting 5, a sophomore at 5'10 out of Olive Branch. Played her high school ball at Horn Lake High School. Wilson averaging 9.3 points per game.
ICC in their home white, trimmed in red and blue, and for Northwest, they're in their road blue, trimmed in red and white. The First American National Bank opening tip is going to be taken and controlled by Northwest. So the Rangers with the basketball. ICC starting off in a man-to-man defense. Now, one thing the Rangers do pretty well, though, is shoot the three-pointer, and that's one thing you've got to be kind of aware of. They may have not shot it well this season, but they do have it traditionally where they can light you up from the outside.
Well, you can tell early on in that first possession, Adam, ball movement is going to be something you're definitely going to have to defend tonight. They swung it all the way around the arc several times and end up with an easy layup off the near side. ICC
breaks the press. This is Wilson, puts the shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, no. And there's a big rebound ripped down that time by number 32. That's Mallory Russell. Russell hurt ICC last year in both their meetings as she really took care of business on the board and limited ICC to one and done that trip down. Three-point basket up in and good. And that's what we said, Jordan. Northwest wanted the hot start, and they've got it up 5-0.
Well, again, just good ball movement. Find Lindsey Hall over in the corner. That extra pass finds her, and she spots it up for three and a quick 5-0 lead for the Lady Rangers.
Now, one thing that ICC has struggled with has been shooting the basketball over the last 2 or 3 ball games. So ICC needs to find a way to shake that rust off and see if they can get a hot start to the contest here. 5-0 is your score. Baseline jumper on its way, rattles in and out, no good. Another nice block out underneath that time, as that was Lindsey Hall with the rebound.
0 of 3 to start the night from the floor for ICC. Just more of the same, struggling to get that thing to fall early on.
Shot too hard off the glass that time. Taria Gandy with the rebound. Now here comes ICC. Now, one thing ICC does well is does get out and pressure when they do make the basketball. The only problem is over the last few games, they haven't been making very many shots. So Gandy with it right now. She's going to slow it down, survey the defense. Swings it now over on the right wing. This is Whitney Watkins, who's had the hot hand from outside of late for ICC. Now inside they go. Turnaround shot up in and good.
Nice job there by Tamoya Brownlee. Only her second start of the year, but a good step there in the lane. Come back with the left side and put it in off the glass.
There, you're going to take a look at a good entry pass here. Brownlee gets another three on its way, and that one's up in and good.
That time Taylor Fletcher, who shoots the three-point ball better than she shoots the two-point shot. 36% on the year from three-point land, and that's a quick 8-2 lead for the Lady Rangers.
Yeah, Coach Porter not happy with the movement that time for ICC defensively. You saw her pointing the whole time, shooter over here in the corner. ICC didn't recognize it. Northwest makes them pay.
Yep, burned them out of the same spot twice. 2 early three-pointers for the Lady Rangers, and they shot it from within 2 feet of each other.
Quick timeout. ICC trails at 8-2, 7:51 to go here in the first quarter. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Itawamba Community College. Register for the spring semester at Wallet Hub's #1 community college in the state by visiting apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. 8-2 is your score. Rangers with the lead here. 7:51 to play. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith here in the final game of the 2019 half of the season. Jordan, it's been a very up and down start to the season, both for the Lady Indians and Indians. ICC, however, does have a 5-2 record on the season, but not playing their best basketball right now.
Definitely. You've seen that. A week ago tonight, it took Whitney Watkins burying a 3 at the buzzer to get the ICC the win, and then on Monday or on Thursday night, then they go on the road to Gadsden State and drop an 11-point decision there. So trying to get things back on track here as you open up North Division play with Northwest tonight.
Yeah, pressure applied on the ball that time. Keely Wilson takes an extra step, and the turnover gives the ball back now to the Lady Rangers. 7:35 to play here in the first quarter. ICC trailing it 8-2.
ICC has switched into a 2-3 zone here on this possession. A little bit of a different look defensively.
So trying to change things up and maybe take away that outside shot. Into the corner they go again. This time ball fake, baseline drive, jumpers up too hard. Backside rebound, though, controlled by the Rangers. Three-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebound ripped down that time. It was Burgess with the board. Now here comes ICC. Into the corner they go. Three-pointer from Watkins. Up off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Rangers.
That's a good look for ICC in transition, though. Whitney Watkins out of that corner has been a spot where she's really been able to damage some other teams so far on the year. That one was there, just not able to make it finish. So luckily it goes off Northwest, and the Indians will have an inbound pass under the goal.
So ICC with it, needing a basket in a big way here, trailing 8-2. Into the corner they go. Watkins wants the three. That one in and out, no good. The iron unkind for ICC here early on. Northwest taking advantage, leading this game by 6. It's the largest lead of the night here for the Rangers.
And that corner spot right there where we saw Taylor Fletcher catch the basketball is where they've hurt ICC early on. Here it is again.
Another three-pointer knocked down by the Rangers, and that time it was well defended by ICC, but drilled it. Rangers in fuego to start the contest. So ICC with the basketball. Jordan, not a whole lot more you can do on that last defensive possession that time. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap and say good job. Watkins wants to answer. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound, though. Watkins gets it, drives inside, layup, no. Gandy gets it, turnaround shot, kiss off the glass, no. Man.
Just not going the Indians' way right there. 4 shots at the basket and just could not get one to go down.
Drive inside, floater in the paint is off the mark, no good. Watkins rips the rebound. Well, that time just a little too close to the basket for Fletcher.
Look for ICC to kind of slow things down, run a crisp offensive set. You're only 1 of 9 from the floor to start the game tonight. Need to run a crisp offensive set here, get a good look.
Kick it up top. Wilson with it now, driving inside, floater in the paint. That one's short, no good. Wilson gets a rebound. Her second time, no good. And right now, if you're ICC, maybe call a timeout and just get the basketball and make sure it can go through the hoop right now. Because they've gotten some good-looking shots, just can't get them to fall.
I mean, that's 2 4-foot floaters right there. I mean, that's baskets that you've had to have. You've got them early on in the year, and for whatever reason tonight, they just have not fallen. But at the 5:36 mark, 11-2, Northwest on top. The Indians only 1 of 11 from the floor.
ICC ball on the baseline. We'll have to lob it in. Now this is going to be Gandy on the right wing. Gandy looking to go to work. Backs it back now, drives by the defender, kicks it out for 3. Three-pointer on its way. That one off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, Gandy. She's bumped as she puts the shot up, no call. Williams with the rebound, and ICC now starting to do a good job of crashing the boards here. Russell out right now. She's on the sideline. Looks like she's nursing a lower back injury, and there's a blocked shot. A lot of contact, no foul call.
Yeah, if it weren't for the offensive glass for ICC right now, they'd be in a world of hurt. They have done one thing well so far, and that's been crash the glass. Other than that, on offense, it's been pretty stagnant.
Absolutely. Quick jumper put up by Northwest. Rebound tipped around, and ICC controls. Now Gandy with it. See if they can maybe get out in transition. Gandy leaves it up the floor to Watkins. Watkins, extra pass inside. Going to have to go up strong. Shot is off the mark. No good.
And Adam, we're at the 4:48 mark in the first quarter, and there's not been a foul called either way.
ICC gets a loose ball. Now we'll have it to reset the offense. Gandy with it now. Subs getting set to come in for both teams to the next opportunity. Wilson driving inside. Her shot is off the mark. Another offensive rebound. Watkins, that one's off. No good. Another offensive rebound, and we're going to have an over-the-back call. Jordan, have you seen anything like this in a game of basketball? I've never seen anything like this in my 9 years here at ICC. Span out the 20-plus years of calling basketball on television, on the radio. This is one of the most bizarre starts to a contest I've seen.
Well, the Indians are lucky they've rebounded well on offense because from the floor they're just 1 of 17. That's right, 1 of 17. About 10 shots within 4 feet and just have not been able to knock it down. It's been good interior defense right there in the middle of the paint by Northwest that you can attribute it to.
That shot is off the mark. Short-change it now. Here comes the Rangers. Substitutions in the game. These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC BSU for ICC. Dunlap into the contest. Kicks it out. This is going to be Williams now trying to drive inside. For the Rangers, it's number 5, Daniel. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Rangers. And here comes another substitution in the game. This is going to be Morgan Houghton into the contest here for the Rangers.
Well, this is a spot here offensively. You need a basket. You've not got it but 1 field goal so far on the night. As we'll see number 24, Mariah Holland, check into the game for the Lady Indians. And we'll see Zaire Burgess come off the floor. But like we said a few possessions ago, you got to run like 1 crisp possession on offense, prove to yourself that you can figure out how to score here, and then take off. But at this point, you've not seen that clean offensive set yet.
So ICC with the basketball. Jumper from the key. That one off the mark, no good. The ball just does not want to go to its home right now for ICC. Luckily, though, as you talked about, Jordan, during that time, as that's going to be a charge, good job taking that one by ICC there. That was Dunlap taking the charge. But, yeah, we talked about that right now. Yes, ICC struggling from the floor. Northwest started hot, but Northwest has cooled off since.
Yeah, good job there by Dunlap there in the center of the lane to realize Taylor Fletcher's coming down the floor completely out of control. She gets set right there on the logo and takes that charge. And sometimes something like that can get a little momentum back on your side.
Well, stop me if you've heard this before. ICC needs a basket in a big way here. 3:29 to go in the first quarter. They're trailing 11-2. As Jordan has mentioned, one of now possibly 19-20 from the floor. Gandy's got it, going to have to do something. Goes to work, bounces it off her foot. Williams gets it back. Her shot blocked, and a foul call there, and maybe just a little bit of a mercy call there. It's a good job by Williams knowing that the play clock was running down that time, was able to draw the contact. We'll head to the free throw line, and right now, let's break the seal on this goal and put in some free throws.
Well, we have the privilege of sitting here, close to Coach Porter, and you can hear her on that possession saying, swing the basketball, move the basketball, got to have some motion to your offensive set. And we did not see that happen. I mean, that's been the thing so far, is they're looking to swing the basketball, especially as loose as Northwest is playing defensively. We've not seen that happen yet. The issue is when you have had the open look, especially close, you've not been able to knock it down.
Shamia Williams does knock down the first free throw, so good news, the ball can go in. Second free throw from the southpaw, it rattles in as well. 11-4 now is the score. 3:13 to go here in the first quarter, a first quarter that ICC would love to quickly forget about. Down the floor, Northwest goes in a hurry, kicks it out, thought about the three, good help defense that time. Now another spot up three on its way, it's short, no good. Gandy chases down the rebound. Now this is a 3-on-1 break here for ICC. Oh, what a great job by Northwest getting back, as Gandy knocks down the shot, and a timeout taken here by Northwest. So Northwest can kind of feel the Indians creep back into this one, Jordan. We'll keep it here during this timeout with 2:52 to go. ICC's done a good job so far weathering the storm and has climbed back in it, only trailing now 11-6.
Well, they've done a great job defensively. That's where it started from. I mean, if you take away the three-point baskets that Northwest nailed within the first 2 minutes, I mean, you've played a game really, really close so far. That possession there is led by 2 free throws, a good defensive possession, then you score out in transition. That's a 4-point swing. You go from down 11-2 to 11-6 in the span of about 15 seconds. That's what you're looking for. That gets you back in the game. And, hey, in that middle of that timeout, Coach Porter's able to say, look, we can run sets on offense. We can get out in transition and score. But we've got to just change our mindset at this point. They've done that. Hopefully that's a change for the Lady Indians.
ICC in their home white, Rangers in their visiting blue. Northwest with the basketball, 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. North Division opener here for both teams.
And see, that's what happens there. 2 quick free throws, a good defensive possession, you score in transition, and coming out of a timeout, Northwest throws one out of bounds. That's how quick things can change.
Taylor Fletcher back into the contest here for the Rangers. This substitution being brought to you by First American National Bank, reminding you to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo. That's First American National Bank. Lady Indians with the basketball now. Try to feed it inside. Long two-pointer is off the mark. No good. Rebound. Ripped down that time by the Rangers.
And Zuri Dunlap is standing there waiting on that pass to come into the elbow a little bit faster. She's in position. She needs that thing to be a two-hand chest pass in a hurry.
Spot up three is off the mark. Offensive rebound for the Rangers. Second time is a charm, as that one knocked down that time by Fleming. And I tell you what, the Rangers just lining it up from outside.
That's player Fleming there. Lewisburg High School native, 38% from the three-point line there. That one hit nothing but the bottom of the net in a hurry. That's what's impressive about this Northwest team on offense is they don't have one scorer that carries them, but they've got 9 ladies averaging more than 5 points per game.
Wilson thought about driving, did not, now kicks it out. Baseline jumper denied, out of bounds, and it'll stay with ICC with 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Jordan, I think one thing you're seeing right now, the difference between Northwest and ICC early on, Northwest has got a lot more want to in them right now.
Well, and I would say, think about the open looks Northwest has had on their end of the floor offensively. Compare that to the open looks ICC has had. The two aren't very comparable. You've knocked down 4 3-point baskets is the difference in the game right now for Northwest, and all 4 of those have been wide open.
ICC's going to have to get a shot off in a hurry here. Now 3 seconds. Try to go up top to Freelow. Freelow's going to get it, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. You got to know the situation. You had an open 3 in the corner with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. You got to put that up.
Yeah, it looked like it was Zuri Dunlap that had the basketball off the inbound pass there and possibly did not know how much time was left on the shot clock. Just too slow developing. You only got 5 seconds. It's only time for 1 pass, maybe 2, maybe if it's a quick one, to get that look.
Rangers with the basketball now, working with 1:35 to go here in the first quarter, and that's going to be a pushing foul on Sarah Freelow.
That's just not a smart play there by Freelow, as the basketball's not coming back to her lady there. Don't reach in there. Don't try to knock that thing away. That's going to do nothing but get you a foul call when you're coming from behind.
Substitution in the game here, Scarlett Guess. She's a 5'7" freshman. She's a homeschool student. She's out of Blue Mountain, Mississippi. Checking into the contest for the first time this evening. That substitution being brought to you by Davis Ford.
Okay, Coach Porter is going to the bench early and often here, trying to find the right combination, trying to find the right people. Great screen there set on the elbow that time by number 21, Morgan Hodem, and that frees up 6'5" Zanaya Daniel for the three-point basket. I love the motion that we've seen early on from Northwest offensively.
17-6 is the lead here in favor of Northwest. Pretty much anything they're putting up from the outside is falling. ICC, well, they can't buy a basket right now. Gandy with the basketball, looking to drive inside. Good help defense. Now Guess wants a long two. It's off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound. Put back, it's no good. Jordan, Lady Indians, my goodness, I didn't think they could shoot much worse than they did the other night at Gadsden. Well, I am wrong. As that shot is off the mark, no good. Rebound to Sarah Freelow. Now here comes Gandy. Gandy weaving her way through traffic. Puts up a wild shot, bouncing, no, and the rebound to the Rangers.
That's just not the look you're wanting with 20 seconds left on the shot clock there. Just flying by and throwing one up from 10 feet out of the lane off balance. That's not the type of offensive possession that's going to get you back in the basketball game.
17-6, Rangers with the lead and the basketball. 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. A first quarter that has been, only other way you can say it right now, is dominated offensively by the Rangers. Now ICC does hold the advantage on the rebounding edge, but when you miss, how many shots right now?
I may have to take my shoes off.
20-plus shots in the first quarter. You're going to get more rebounds. As this long two-pointer is off the mark, bouncing around, no good. Another rebound pulled down by ICC. 12 seconds to go. Indians need a basket, something to finish strong here. Guess with it, trying to drive baseline. Cuts underneath now with 5 seconds. Drops it out to Gandy. Gandy thought about the three, now steps back, fires. That one banks halfway down, no good. Maybe the perfect way to end the quarter there for ICC. The shot banked in, rolled around 3 or 4 times, just would not fall through. And Jordan, my what a, just, I don't want to say a bad, but just a poor shooting performance from the Indians in the first quarter versus a red-hot start to the contest for the Rangers.
Ugly on the offensive end, no way to say it but that. 2 of 27 from the floor for ICC. 27 shots in one quarter. You're only able to knock down 2 of them. You got 27 shots because you rebounded offensively very well, but some of those 4 and 5 footers using the glass, you've got to be able to knock those in. You combine the fact that Northwest went 5 of 7 from the three-point line, and that gets us to where we're at, 17-6 after 1.
We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back out of the timeout. Your score here, Northwest 17-6 over ICC, who shot 2 of 27 in the first quarter. Rangers, though, live and die by the three, and boy, they're thriving tonight.
5 of 7 from the three-point line early on. It's been the three-point ball, and sound defense from Northwest has allowed them to pull out to the early lead.
Gandy with the basketball now. Steps. Shot is up in and good.
See, that's more of what you're looking for from an offense. It's nice movement around the perimeter. You see Gandy with an opportunity to drive it to the elbow, and an easy, sweet little shot there gets ICC in the scoring column here in the second quarter.
You can kind of tell they were more methodical with their offensive possession that time. They did get that good shot, and Gandy was able to knock it down.
You saw early on, with as red hot as Northwest was from the three-point line, ICC abandoned that 2-3 zone and has gone to straight-up man-to-man defense.
Long two-pointers off the mark, no good. Rebound to Wilson. Good to see Mallory Russell back into the contest as she was shaken up there in the first quarter. Want to have her presence on the board against this ICC team. Three-pointer from Gandy, well off the mark, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. Should be Rangers basketball since ICC got it to start the half, and that's going to be the case.
I'm sorry, that's back to that possession more like we saw in the first half, though. One pass, come down and launch a three-pointer from 4 feet behind the three-point line. That's not what you're looking for, especially when you look at Tabria Gandy, who's shooting a three-point ball at just a hair over 20%.
And that's kind of what Coach Porter was shouting that time, saying that's not what we're looking for. But now you're starting to see ICC up this pressure some. That's what they're known for. Turnover gives the ball back to the Lady Indians.
Absolutely. Up the intensity on defense. Trap that thing quick. Get points out in transition. That can change the flow of the game, no doubt.
And then just a poor possession on the inbounds, and ICC able to get it back. What a great hustle play that time by Burgess to keep the ball with the Lady Indians. She grabs that, goes in the backcourt. It's over and back. Three-pointer rattles in and good.
Well, Whitney Watkins threw up 4 of those in the first quarter, and all 4 of them hit every part of the iron possible. Finally, she's able to bury one there and get the Indians back within 17-11.
Big basket there for ICC. Rangers with the basketball. Now they drive baseline. Good pass. Oh, don't know why she was looking to drop that one off. A break there for ICC. Easy shot in the paint that time. Just tried to get a little too fancy with the assist.
Good pass. Good pass sent under low as Keely Wilson. Bounce pass under the goal to Zaire Burgess. That's what you're looking for. Get the defender in the air, pass it underneath her, and allow for the easy layup.
Well, don't look now, ladies and gentlemen. ICC has made it a 4-point contest, 17-13. They've trailed as much as 11 so far here in the first half. Rangers with the basketball. You got to know where she is at all times. That's Fletcher, who had the basketball, now dribbling it around. And then Gandy takes it away. Gandy dribbling up the floor, had numbers. Good job not forcing the issue. Now a step-back jumper. That one rattles in and good.
Good job by Tabria Gandy. That's your floor general there. There's no doubt about it. The steal takes it down, backs things out, lets it settle down, gets a little cushion, and pops one from the elbow. Nice job there by the sophomore point guard.
Well, if you're Northwest, you knew that shooting performance from an ICC team was not going to last. 2 of 27 in the first quarter. ICC has come out red hot here to start the second. 17-15 is your score. 7:20 to play here until halftime. Shot denied. And then ICC gives it right back to the Rangers. This isn't who you want to see open. And a miss there on the backside, but an offensive rebound. And, a big-time break there for the Lady Indians. As number 20 did a great job. Freeman wrestling to get the ball. Just unfortunately just bounced it off her foot when she made that power move up. And it went out of bounds back to ICC. Lady Indians dodging a major bullet there.
We'll see 22 Sarah Freelow as well as 14 Tatiana Normick check into the game, taking out Keely Wilson and Zaire Burgess. So right there in the midst of that getting back into the game, that's a quick run by the Indians. Get some fresh bodies out there on the floor and try to tie this thing up on this spot down the floor.
17-15 is your score. 6:58 to go until halftime. Remind you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report. We'll have some Sonic stats and more coming your way here on the ICC Sports Network. Gandy with the basketball. Fake the three, now dribbles in. Good help defense. Oh, good extra pass. Underneath they go. Layup is good. Beautiful basketball there out of the Lady Indians.
That's 2 good extra passes as you see. Gandy goes over to Norman. Norman in under the goal to Lamaya Pfeiffer, and that's just perfect execution of running the offense, getting the basketball under the open hand. Tie game here at the Davis Event Center.
3-point basket for the Rangers. Back iron, no good. Gandy gets big and gets the rebound. 17-17. ICC now trying to get out in transition. Northwest doing a great job getting back. Gandy with the basketball. Into the corner they go. Watkins. Watkins eyes, tries, buys the 3-point basket.
And how about that? Just like that, the Lady Indians take the lead for the first time tonight. Whitney Watkins out of the corner.
And she shot that one with confidence there. She put it up. ICC now leads it 20-17. 6 minutes to play here until halftime.
And you know what the change has been for ICC? It's been the level of intensity that they've shown on the defensive end. The level of intensity on defense has translated to things on fast breaks and an offensive set that's just upped the pace and made life difficult for Northwest.
Drive inside, shot is off the mark, no good. Rebound, slapped out of bounds. Good job that time by Freelow coming in. Did not commit the foul, but slapped the basketball free. Goes out of bounds and will allow the defense to reset for ICC as Northwest will have it underneath with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 5:44 to go here until halftime. ICC battling back. Trailed by 11, now leads at 20-17. Rangers send in a substitution during that break. It was Lindsey Hall who rechecked into the contest here for Northwest. Looking to go inside, nothing there. The ball taken away, but then, just a tough break for ICC as that's going to be a reach-in foul on Normant. Normant kind of lost her balance, bumped into the player, so a big-time break there for the Rangers as that was going to be another turnover on the Rangers, but they dodged that bullet.
Yeah, that's tough there for Tatiana Normant, too, because that basketball looked like it was coming loose.
Yep.
She's going after the ball and gets tied up and gets foul called on her there. But nonetheless, it's been a major change of events through the first 4 minutes and 30 seconds here in the second quarter.
Tamara Sykes checks in for Northwest. Nice ball fake, drive inside, kicks it out, spot up three-pointer for the Rangers. Halfway down, no. Well, the shots that were falling left and right for the Rangers in the first quarter, not so much here in the second. ICC trying to get out in transition, nobody there. Now out to Watkins. Watkins drives inside, kicks it out. Great movement. Oh, beautiful pass. Layup is good.
Great job again. That's 2 passes, and since she's checked into the game by Tatiana Norman, she'll get credit with the assist as she threads the needle and finds Pfeiffer under the goal.
Well, I was about to say good movement defensively by Northwest, but then ICC found the open spot on the floor, was able to get the easy basket. Long 2-pointer back off the iron, no good. Rebound to Gandy. Man, I know we've talked about it before, Jordan, but What about the rebounding prowess of the point guard, Tabria Gandy?
Well, by ICC team, both ways. As you see, Gandy once again, coast to coast, off the glass, and one. Tabria Gandy is taking over here in the second quarter.
Wow. ICC, they trail by 11, now lead by 7, 24-17. Substitution coming into the game here. This is going to be number 20, Shamia Williams into the contest. Freelo will check out. This substitution being brought to you by our friends at Coke.
The Indians were 2 of 27 from the floor in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they're 10 of 12 from the field.
Free throw, no good. Rebound pulled down by Northwest. That's about the only thing ICC has not done right this quarter, was on that missed free throw. Rangers with it, quickly swinging around the perimeter. Nice ball movements, equals a open three, and they make them pay. Good job by the Rangers being patient that time, as that was number 5, Daniel, knocking it down. Nia Daniel with the big three to stop some of the bleeding.
Lady Rangers have 6 made threes on the night, 1 2-point basket. That gets to their 20. 6 from the 3-point line, 1 from the 2-point range, and that gets them 20 points. What an offensive set we've seen so far. I mean, they've launched threes left and right.
That foul whistled, that's correct, on number 23 for the Rangers. That's going to be Sykes' third foul, so that's a big foul there, whistled on Tamara Sykes, picking up her third with 4:11 to play here until halftime. Watkins wants another three. That one left short, no good. Offensive rebound, put back up in and good.
Lamaya Pfeiffer in under the goal, just having her way. She's had 2 good passes come into the bread basket and allow her to lay them up. That one there, just an offensive rebound. She gets herself in best position and puts it right back.
3-point basket off the mark, no good. Slight push in the back that time by the Rangers. No call. I agree with the no call. Really nothing malicious to be able to get the advantage on the rebound. She would have had it either way. Rangers with it now, working with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Man-to-man defense for ICC. Thought about the 3-ball fakes. Now drives inside for a closer shot. Back iron, no good. Rebound slapped out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Rangers on the baseline. 3:31 to go here until halftime. ICC leads this one 26-20. North Division opener here for both the Rangers and the Lady Indians of ICC. 3-pointer from the corner, good.
And that's what cannot happen off an inbound pass there. They set a screen on the block. They run number 12, Lindsey Hall, off that screen, and she's all alone on the far side of the court and buries that three.
Well, that's one thing they did well in the first quarter. Now starting to heat back up from outside here. ICC with a 3-point lead. Inside they go. Quick trap. Inside out they go. Williams with the basketball. Pfeiffer begging for the basketball. She's got position. Now Wilson with it. Wilson loses the handle on it. Now kicks it back out wide. Williams for 3. Does she have the answer? No, but there's Wilson with the rebound.
Great job on the offensive boards again by the Lady Indians. It kept them in the game through the first quarter, and there they are here in the second quarter. Another outstanding pass. Shamia Williams finds Pfeiffer again, and that's a quick 8 points in the game for Lamaya Pfeiffer.
Big time basket there. Great feed by Williams to find Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's one of those players that Coach Porter said if she can get some confidence, she can be a threat this year. Steal, and the layup is up in and good for ICC.
This may be time Coach Troy Howell has to burn a timeout for Northwest, as this one has completely turned.
Ball slapped out of bounds. Good hustle by Shamia Williams. And that's one thing we talk about, hustle and Williams. Those two things go hand in hand right there. She's going to leave it all on the floor every time she steps out there.
And you see what ICC has done defensively. I mean, they've upped that intensity, and that's led to so much out in transition so far. I think all the success you've seen in the second quarter on the offensive end, you can credit that to the level of intensity that's been coached up on the defensive side. 3-pointer
from the Rangers is off the mark, no good. Rebound being tipped around. They're going to say last touched. Nope, now they're going to say they first said last touch by the Rangers, and referee patted himself on the chest, said no, it should go to ICC. And so it will be ICC basketball. 2:14 to play here until halftime. It's been the tale of 2 quarters so far. ICC fell behind by 11 in the first quarter thanks to the hot shooting from behind the arch by the Lady Rangers. ICC's battled back thanks to the intensity of their defense to take a 30-23 lead. 7 has been their largest of the night.
Outscored Northwest 24-6 through the first 8 minutes of the second quarter.
Williams with the basketball now. Looking to go on the drive, drops it off to Wilson. Wilson trying to drive inside, nothing there. Now 8 seconds on the shot clock. Going to have to hurry. Williams with it. She tries to drive inside, kicks it out to Wilson. And there's going to be 3 seconds in the lane there. But you saw the adjustment defensively that time by the Rangers, where it's been Pfeiffer who's been killing the Rangers. So they packed it in that time, said somebody other than Pfeiffer is going to beat us right now.
Well, it was more of what we saw in the first quarter. They're going to pack defensively down in the paint. They're not going to allow anything to happen down there. And they do it again on that possession. You see ICC swung the ball several times, but just cannot find that opening to get it in there.
30-23 is your score. 1:40 to play here in the second quarter. Remind you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report coming your way. We'll also have a little special ICC spotlight with Ali Chenal, who is signed with West Georgia in soccer. As that three-pointer's off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound into the corner they go. ICC gets out there in a hurry, forces a bad shot, and a good job defensively that time by the Indians to force the Rangers into a bad shot selection. Lady Indians lead it by 7, 30-23. With the basketball in the corner, this is Watkins with it now. Tries to feed it inside, sees a quick trap. Inside extra pass, they go, layup is good.
That's where the Indians have found a lot of success here in the second quarter, is get that pass down on the block and then run somebody off of it in a hurry. Let them collapse and run it off and find that open look as they slash for the goal.
Quick three-pointer was put up that time by the Rangers. They try to feed it inside. This is going to be a reaching foul. Whistled on Whitney Watkins. Good hustle defensively. One of those, as a coach, you don't mind seeing those type fouls. As she was trying to get back defensively. Substitutions coming into the game here for ICC. It'll be 3 of them. Trebria Gandy coming into the contest. You've also got number 12. That's going to be Overton into the contest. And number 3, Dunlap in. For the Rangers, it's going to be Chloe Messer into the contest, along with number 21, Morgan Houghton in. And these substitutions being brought to you by the Sonic of Fulton. So inside, 50 seconds to play, near 5-second violation, and ICC steals it away. Good job on the pressure on the defense on the inbounds that time. Didn't get the steal on the throw, but was able to come back in, battle, and take the ball away.
Need a good offensive look right here. 40 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Take care of the basketball and get yourself a good look here. What will probably be your last possession of the first half.
Gandy looking to drop baseline, picked up nicely that time by the Lady Rangers. Now swings it up top to Williams. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. Williams, step back jumper, buries it.
And that was that good look you were looking for. Williams starts right, comes back left, gets a little bit of separation and pops one from the elbow. That's been an open spot all night. She's able to bury that one.
Running layup is on its way. It's up and a good answer there on the other end. As soon as I was going to say, ICC, who trailed by 11, took an 11-point lead now. Gandy with the basketball. She's going to have to kick it back out. Hurry up here. Three-pointer on its way. No. My, oh my, what an interesting contest we got going here. ICC will sneak into halftime with a 34-25 lead after trailing by 11 in the first half. And Jordan, let's go ahead and step into our Little Caesars halftime report and just talk about it right now. And we'll talk and get your take, though, on the first half here between the Rangers and the Indians.
Well, you said it just a little bit earlier. A tale of two quarters is exactly what it was. Northwest led at the first quarter break 17-6. But it's the Indians that outscore Northwest 28-8 over the course of the second quarter and take that 34-25 lead into the halftime break. Well, to me, it really seemed like it was just a difference of intensity on the defensive end. ICC shot at 2 of 27 from the floor in the first quarter. They had every look under the sun and could not make one go in. You flip the page and look at Northwest, they were 5 of 7 from three-point land. So of their 17 points, 15 of them had come from behind the arc. That three-point shot cooled down over the course of the second quarter. ICC forced some turnovers, got out in front with the basketball offensively, and started to pick up a little bit of momentum, a little confidence in their offensive set, and that rolled in then to when they got in their half-court set offensively, they were able to change some things up, start slashing to the basketball goal, and find a lot more success. So really, when you said a tale of two quarters, that's the best way to describe it.
34-25, ICC with the lead here on the Little Caesars halftime report. We're going to take a timeout, come back and look at some Sonic stats and more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily. But our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. I ask her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
And welcome back to the Little Caesars halftime report. ICC with a 34-25 lead over Northwest here in the first of two games this evening. I'm Adam Gore, joined by Jordan Smith here courtside at the Davis Event Center. Thank you for joining us tonight. And a special hello to those that are watching in favor of the Northwest Lady Rangers here. And Jordan, you've got some of those Sonic stats here in front of you, so we're going to take a look at some of these Little Caesars instant replays from the first half as well. So just go ahead and talk about some of those stats.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Sonic of Fulton stats from the first half tonight. Itawamba leads Northwest 34-25 at the halftime break. First quarter was all Northwest. 17-6, they led it after the first 10-minute period, but the second quarter in return was all ICC, 28-8. ICC outscores Northwest in the second quarter, and that gets us to our 34-25 halftime score. Let's take a look by the numbers. At Northwest in the first quarter, they shot at 6 of 16 from the field, but 5 of 9 from the three-point line for a 55.6% clip. The second quarter, though, they were only 3 of 17 from the floor, 2 of 9 from the three-point line. So that totals 9 of 33, a 27.3% clip in the first half. 7 of 18, though, from the three-point line. So one can say, really, the three-point line is what kept Northwest in the basketball game there in the first half. Looking at ICC, you know, they were abysmal on offense in the first quarter. There's no other way to say it than that. 2 of 27 from the floor. Adam, that's 7.4% from the floor in the first quarter. But if you can take that and completely flip the script, the second quarter you were 13 of 17 from the floor. That's over 75%. And totals out at 15 of 44 for a 34.1% clip from the field in the first half. Leading the Lady Indians in scoring was Tabria Gandy with 8 points. She was 4 of 9 from the floor, 0 of 2 from the three-point line, and 0 of 1 off the free throw line. Here's what's always impressive about Tabria to me is Tabria stands in there at 5'3", but she led the team with 7 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end, 4 on the defensive end, 7 rebounds to go along with her 8 points and 17 minutes of action in the first half. Zaire Burgess also only had 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting, but she had 7 total rebounds as well. Tamoya Brownlee drew the start at the 4 spot. She was 1 of 2 from the floor for a total of 2 points and only 5 minutes of action as she got into just a little bit of foul trouble. Whitney Watkins leads the team coming into the night at over 14 points per game. She was only 2 of 9 from the floor in the first half, and both of those 2 came from the three-point line, and that gives her 6 points in the first half of action. And then rounding out the starting 5 was Keely Wilson. Wilson only 1 of 7 from the floor for a total of 2 points, but she still contributed in that rebounding column with 5 rebounds as well. Totally in rebounds, you know, that was a common theme there that we talked about. 7 of those for Burgess, 7 of those for Gandy. ICC out rebounds Northwest 31-23 through the first half of action. Also seeing a good bit of action, and probably who I would contribute the player of the game to through the first half would be Lamaya Pfeiffer. 4 of 4 from the field. She only played in 5 minutes, but has 8 points and 2 rebounds through the first half of action. Also into the game was Shemaya Williams, who had 4 points, Tatiana Norman, who had 2 points. We also saw playing time from Missouri Dunlap, Scarlett Guess, Sarah Freelo, and Mariah Holland. So, you know, Coach Porter did a good job of getting lots of able bodies out there on the floor through the first half. Taking a look at the other side of the page at Northwest, they were led in scoring by Taylor Fletcher, who was 3 of 6 from the floor, 2 of those being from the three-point line for a total of 8 points and 18 minutes of action, also 4 assists for the guard. Lindsey Hall had 6 points on 2 three-point baskets and 15 minutes of action. Aisha Mosby drew the start as the point guard. She was 1 of 4 from the floor for 2 points, also had 2 steals in her 10 minutes of action in the first half. Mallory Russell and Kayla Freeman were the forwards in the set. Russell, 0 of 1 from the field, had 3 rebounds, though, which ended up leading Northwest through the first half. Kayla Freeman didn't contribute anything in the scoring column either, but she had those 2 rebounds on 0 of 2 shooting. 3 turnovers is kind of what plagued Freeman through the first half. Also off the bench, Zanaya Daniel was 2 of 3 off the three-point line for 6 total points. The only other scorer that did not start in the game tonight for Northwest was Claire Fleming, who hit a 3-point shot in her 7 minutes of action. 9 turnovers for Northwest, 5 turnovers for ICC. ICC blocked 2 shots and forced 5 turnovers off the steal. Northwest had 1 block and 2 steals. So again, 9 of 33 shooting, but 7 of 18 from the three-point line for Northwest. ICC was 15 of 44 from the field and takes a 34-25 lead into the halftime break.
Yeah, we're about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half of play here from Fulton. ICC with that 34-25 lead. Before we take a break, we do want to say our thoughts and prayers are extended to Sarah Berryman right now, a former ICC Lady Indian, now playing with the Lady Rangers. Talked to Coach Howell before the game. Understand that she was in an accident, and it was a pretty bad one, but she's doing well. Hopefully she's watching here. And Sarah, just know, as we always say, once the Indian, always the Indian, even if you're a Lady Ranger right now. But our thoughts and prayers are for your quick healing, and I hope continued best progress there for Sarah as we go throughout the night. We're going to take a break and come back with the start of the second half. ICC with a 34-25 lead over the Rangers. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit, to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the second half of play. ICC with a 34-25 lead. They once trailed as much as 11 in the first quarter, led as much as 11 in the second, and ICC will have the basketball to start here in the second half. Let's take a look at the lineup on the floor here for ICC, being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Company. On the floor for ICC, number 11, Jabria Gandy. Number 23 is Keely Wilson. Gandy wants the three. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound to the Rangers. Also on the floor for ICC, Whitney Watkins. Wearing number 4, number 5, Zaire Burgess. And then number 13, so the original starting 5, Tamoya Brownlee, on the floor here for the Indians. For the Rangers, it'll look like this. Number 32, Mallory Russell. Number 12 is Lindsey Hall. Number 1 is going to be Aisha Mosby. Number 22 is Taylor Fletcher. And where's the other one? Number 20. So they got their original starting 5 back on the floor as well, Kayla Freeman. All right, Jordan, for ICC, what do you got to do here to start the first half, or excuse me, start the second half?
I think defensively you've got to limit the three-point ball from Northwest. You saw Northwest shoot it at nearly 40% in the first half. I mean, you're only up 9 points. That's 3 three-point baskets. They've proven they can hit those things in a hurry. You've got to defend the arc. And what a circus shot there by Aisha Mosby. As she's running out of time, it throws one up, and it somehow goes off the glass and in.
Yeah, had a lot to say to the referee, and probably rightfully so, like she got hit on the arm when she put that shot up. That shot for ICC is off the mark, no good, and the rebound to the Rangers. So Northwest going to try to up the tempo a little bit now, trying to go coast to coast. That shot is off the mark, and maybe a little bit of lobbying after that last shot. Got the foul call there, and this will send Mosby to the free throw line, and Williams quickly pops up off the bench for ICC. and will sub in.
Yeah, not a great possession there for Tamoya Brownlee on the defensive end, and it kind of contributes on down the floor into a bad play on the offensive end before that. So I guess I had that backwards. An offensive missed shot and then a foul in transition on defense.
So 34-27 is the score. 8:55 to go now here in the third quarter. Rangers at the free throw line. The first one is up, in, and good for Mosby. She is a sophomore, listed at 5'5", out of Coldwater, went to Strayhorn High School. The second free throw here is on its way, and that one bouncing around eventually finds its way home. It makes it a 34-29 contest in favor of ICC. Rangers now want to jump out in the press.
You know, you're talking about Mosby. Tonight's her first start, but she's one of those that's been very impressive out there. Looks very capable running the show at that point guard spot.
Of course, we talked about Berryman not being here. They're also without Madison Farr tonight, are the Rangers. Gandy with the finish.
She pulled something, too, on that.
Yeah, she is hurting trying to get down the floor right now. And that's a player you can't afford to have out of the contest here if you're ICC.
And she slid her feet right there when she went up for three, Adam. That time it was Lindsey Hall. It looked like she should have been called for a walk.
Extra pass slapped out of bounds. Last touch by the Rangers. Substitution in the game here as Gandy will limp out, and coming into the contest for ICC will be number 12. That's Overton. The substitution being brought to you by Little Caesars in Fulton.
And you hate to lose to Bria Gandy, too. She was very instrumental in getting back into that game in the second quarter. She led you all the way back. As see Shamaya Williams, the nice pull-up jump shot on the far corner to give the Indians back that 9-point lead.
Well, ICC not getting back in transition. The Rangers making them pay, as that was number 32, Mallory Russell, looking like Tim Duncan, kicking it off the glass from about 10 out to knock the basket home.
And you know, there's nothing more frustrating for a coaching staff than to get a big bucket on the offensive end and then not get back defensively and have a home run thrown over your head and an easy basket for the opponent.
38-31 is the score. ICC with the basketball. Wilson's jumper, it's off the mark, no good. Big, strong rebound that time. Three-pointer on its way, no. And another rebound with the ball slapped out of bounds. Oh, looked like it was last touch by Northwest. They're going to say last touch by the fingertips of Burgess. But, man, Burgess out there getting physical, getting strong in the paint and grabbing some rebounds.
Well, she had seven rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds in the first half. She's already got 2 more offensive rebounds here in the second half. I mean, one thing you can say about the Lady Indians, they will crash the glass on you. They won the turnover margin by 8 in the first half. That's a big number to think about down the stretch here.
Rangers with the basketball now, working with 7:22 in the contest, and we're going to have a hand check foul called here. This is going to go against number 12, Overton, into the contest, and the speed of Mosby causing a little bit of trouble there for Overton.
Well, you know the thing is, Adam, is first half we talked about how ICC didn't have but 1 foul called against them in the first quarter. That's probably a foul right there on Overton, but it wasn't called at any point in the first half. So there's definitely an adjustment that has to be made when you come back out in the second half, because sometimes those touch fouls that weren't called early on are going to get called on you.
Rangers drop it off in the side, and a whistle on the pass that time, so take the basket off the board, and that's going to be another foul on Overton. Here's my question, Jordan. How does the referee on the baseline call that foul when there's 4 or 5 bodies in between him and the ball?
Yeah, you know, good question there. That's 2 fouls on Overton in a 20-second span, and neither one of those were very, very obvious to anyone.
Yeah. Jump ball, possession arrow in favor of the Rangers. Hey, speaking of the Rangers, Troy, Coach Howell, wanted me to give a shout-out to his mom, Miss Bessie, watching tonight here on the ICC Sports Network. He said if I didn't say something good about him or her, she'd come through the screen and get me, and I believe it.
I'm not defending you if that happens, Adam.
Spin move in the paint, turnaround shot, kiss off the glass, too hard, offensive rebound, put back, no. Rebound being fought for underneath it. It's going to be last touch by Northwest.
That's those possessions, you know, those one-on-ones out in transition. When you get a good stop on defense, you push it out in front, you want to finish those. I mean, there's so much momentum that can ride on that fast break right there. You want to finish that one with Keely Wilson. I really think that's where the biggest opportunity for ICC to improve over the course of division play is going to be. Is they're so good at forcing that turnover, playing stout defensively and getting out in transition, but they don't always finish it when they're out in transition. That's the biggest spot moving forward. If you finish those out in transition, it's going to give your ball team a whole different look.
6:50 to go here in the third quarter. Turnover taken away by the Rangers. Getting out in transition, layup, and a foul called on Wilson. Wilson looks like it was frustrated that the foul was called, but that was a clear foul that time, but not necessarily a bad foul. Make them earn from the free throw line.
I agree. That'll send number 12, Lindsey Hall, to the line. Averaging 4.2 points per game. She started every game over the course of the year. The sophomore out of Ingomar, 5'9" guard. buried 2 3-point baskets earlier, and she hits the front end of the free throws there.
Well, you figure a good three-point shooter, well, they're going to be a good free throw shooter. That was the case there. She knocks down the first one to make it 38-32 with 6:46 to go. Second one is carbon copy of the first one. Nothing but the bottom of the net, but a good sign here for ICC. Gandy quickly back into the contest as she'll check in. Checking out will be Normant. This substitution, by the way, being brought to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank.
So a little bit of a different look offensively here for ICC. They're going to let Keely Wilson bring the basketball up the floor, put Tabria Gandy over in the corner, and get it back to her on the offensive set to let her control things.
Gandy drives inside the friendly roll and the basket for Gandy. So a good sign there for ICC. Off the bench and instant offense.
Great look on the offensive set as you roll her off the screen, let her get into the lane with a little bit of momentum coming towards the goal. She hits that floater, but then a foul called on her back on the other side.
Well, you'd think we're in Senatobia right now. ICC called for 5+ fouls so far. No fouls called on the Rangers right now. And so the Rangers, this is important now. They're in the bonus for the remainder of this third quarter. 6:24 to go here. ICC, as we said, the Rangers have been called for no foul, so the Rangers can get back in this thing by making some free throws.
Well, and they've shot it from the free throw line pretty well this year, shooting it at nearly 70% on the year. They've been pretty good there so far tonight.
So it makes it a 40-34 contest. The tail end of this two-shot opportunity coming up here for the Rangers. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound's going to be chased down, though, and the Rangers get the loose ball.
That's a double dribble right there on Aisha Mosby, and I don't know how nobody on the floor saw it but me and you, Adam.
Yeah, there was a referee that was right there in front of it as well on the double dribble, and there's going to be a foul called. And this is going to send the Rangers back to the free throw line as, again, ICC's been tagged with 7 fouls. No fouls have been called on the Rangers so far. That free throw is good. Coach Porter getting in the ear of the referee right here in front of us, rightfully so here. As the Rangers are taking advantage, though. They've made it a 5-point contest, make it a 4-point contest, as they are just knocking down free throws left and right.
7 of 8 from the free throw line. So those 7 fouls have definitely hurt ICC so far here in the third quarter.
So the Lady Indians with the basketball, needing to basket this trip down in a big way here. Rangers storming back in this one. 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Into the corner they go. Watkins eyes, tries, buys the 3-point basket.
I'll tell you what, she is smooth out of that corner right there. Good job in the set to get her open with just enough room. And I'm telling you, if she has just 1 inch, she's got enough room to get that thing up.
That was a big shot there to stop some of the bleeding for ICC. They now lead at 43-36. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Inside they go to Russell. Russell tries to go up and under and took that extra step.
That extra step definitely helped her. It was a good move under the goal, but when you get 3 of those steps, it helps you get in position.
So Wilson with the basketball now, swings it around the perimeter. Trying to go inside, good defense by the Rangers to take away the drive. Wilson with it now, back out to Gandy, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Gandy drives inside, shot is off the mark, no good. Rebound being fought for, the Rangers chase it down. Now here comes Northwest. A chance to make it a one-possession game. This trip down the floor, shot is up, no good. Great job that time by Wilson going straight up on defense.
Yeah, that's perfect. You're either going to get called for the charge or you're going to make a shot. Very difficult to make there. But again, in transition, you've got to hit that one. You've got to hit that one. That's wide open from right there at the arc.
Yeah, part of me thinks she got away with the double dribble as well before that, so it might have just been the ball don't lie situation there. So ball will go back to the Rangers here. ICC has had some opportunities, just can't cash in on them. However, the Rangers continue to cash in here. Substitutions coming into the contest as I've got it 45. Okay, I put it on the wrong one, so I'll correct my score here. And it is 43-38. Rangers with it. Wild shot put up, no good. Rebound wrestled away that time by ICC. Up the floor they go. Gandy with it. Pull-up jumper. That one's left short, no good. Rebound being fought for underneath, and oh my goodness. Okay, they are going to call the foul as Wilson just hammered into the cushion underneath the basket that time. So
who did they call that on?
They called that one on number 23, so that's her 4th foul. It's actually the first foul on the Rangers called in the corner here with 4:40 to play. You
know, the difference between this being a big lead for ICC and a 5-point game, has been possessions like the last two, where you've had open looks right at the goal in transition, and you've not been able to knock those down consistently. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but that is obviously the place for this team to improve the most.
And again, a lot of contact underneath. The referees are not calling anything on the Rangers here in the third quarter. 7 fouls already called against ICC, only 1 called on the Rangers. A beautiful jump shot knocked down that time by Daniel.
And suddenly it's a one-possession game. I mean, the fouls and the free throws have definitely helped out. And that's going to force Coach Robin Porter to burn a timeout. ICC leads at 43-40, but Northwest is on a run here in the third quarter.
Timeout on the floor. We're going to take the timeout with them and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as we reset out the timeout. ICC clinging to a 43-40 lead here over the Rangers in the North Division opener here for both teams, ICC and Northwest. Gandy with the basketball. There's 4 minutes and 5 seconds to play now. Gandy tries to spin. Good help defense. Wilson pulls up the jumper. It's going to be long, no good. Offensive rebound, though. Put back, no. And a foul called on the Rangers.
Good job there by Mariah Holland. I mean, that's exactly how you want to coach up your post players. You go up strong, you get the rebound, and as soon as your feet hit the ground, you're going right back up with it. 9 times out of 10, you're going to make it or get the foul call like she did right there.
Well, here for your ICC, you got to take advantage of these free throws. As we said, ICC has not been in the line very much, especially here in the third quarter. First free throw, that one's off the mark, no good for Holland.
You know, Holland has been one of the better free throw shooters on a team that's not been very good from the free throw line. 61% from the free throw line, but Holland has shot it at just almost an 80% clip on the year, but misses both of those there.
Yeah, Southpaw couldn't get neither one of those to fall, and the Rangers get the rebound. To tie it up with a 3, make it a one-possession game with a 2. Drive inside, wild shot put up, no good. Offensive rebound put back up into good. Nice job that time by Daniel. Didn't get frustrated. There was a lot of contact, but no foul call. They would get her own offensive rebound and put back. Wilson with the basketball now on the left wing. Swings it back up top. ICC now right wing to Gandy. Gandy looks to go baseline. Holland back out to Gandy. Gandy eyes, tries. Can't buy the three-pointer. Long rebound's going to be chased down, saved in bounds, and the Rangers come away with it. Going to turn into a transition opportunity here for the Rangers, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on the Gandy.
That's a good foul on Gandy, too, because that's an easy layup there in transition for Lindsey Hall. But she gets in there and makes a play on the ball that is going to force her to either tie this thing up or take the lead off the free throw line.
Pair of substitutions coming in the game here for ICC, as this will be number 5. That's going to be Burgess and Williams into the contest here for ICC. Checking out will be Holland and Normant checking out the contest here for ICC. 3:13 to play here. Those substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Free throw is good. Tie contest now, 43-43. Hey, don't forget to follow the ICC BSU on Twitter at ICC BSU. Second free throw good as well. And the Rangers now, they trailed as much as 11, has battled back and take a 1-point advantage.
You know, ICC's got a little more snagged on offense, more like we saw in the first quarter. We got to get back to the way they were there in the middle of the second quarter when they were moving the ball offensively, setting those screens, getting off of those, and pumping the ball inside with those slashes.
Nice extra pass. Now they try to go inside. It was there, but just lost the handle on it. And then ICC called for the foul, and a good call that time as Burgess lost the basketball, lost her balance, and fell into the player for the Rangers. But here's the story of the third quarter here. The Rangers making a living from the free throw line.
Yep. I mean, at the 5-minute mark when you're already in the double bonus, it's going to help you out a lot.
What is that? 10 fouls, I believe. 9 or 10 fouls here. 9 fouls called on ICC. 2 called on the Rangers. And let's be honest, that's the difference in the game right now.
And they're 11 of 14 off the free throw line. So, I mean, not only are they getting there,
so they're getting there, they're taking advantage. 3-point contest now, 46-43, 2:55 and counting. So ICC needs a basket in a big way this trip down the floor, Jordan. Wilson with it, and then turns it over.
Everybody's clustered up. There's just not enough spread. The offense is not spread out whatsoever. They're trying to set these short ball side screens, and there's just nowhere to go with the basketball because everybody's running over the top of each other.
Yeah, as Wilson being a sophomore and one of those leaders on the teams, you got to value that possession a lot more. Rangers with it now. A chance to build on this three-point advantage. 46-43 is the score now. Rangers have battled back from an 11-point deficit. It was 9 at halftime. And now Northwest being very patient offensively. Step back for a three-pointer. It's good. A little bit of a moving screen, but it freed them up enough to bury another three-pointer, and now the lead to 6.
Yeah, Lindsey Hall from the three-point line for the third time tonight. Just these girls, when they've had that look, they've buried it. Now a transition opportunity for Northwest.
Well, the play that was called a foul on ICC earlier, not called a foul on the Rangers there, and the Rangers taking advantage of the whistles being in the pocket here for the referees anytime ICC touches the ball.
And if I'm Coach Robin Porter right here, I'm taking this timeout break to tell these guys in the officials' uniforms what I think, because there's no way on God's green earth there should be 10 fouls called one way and only 2 on the other. That's allowed Northwest to get right back in the game purely off of the free throw line.
We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Itawamba Community College. Register for the spring semester at Wallet Hub's #1 community college in the state by visiting apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back to action out of the timeout. 51-43. There's 2:01 to go here in the third quarter. A third quarter that's been dominated by the Rangers to climb back in this contest, but they've also got a little help along the way.
Well, Northwest didn't shoot a free throw in the first half. They've made up for it here in the third quarter because in 7 minutes and 59 seconds, they shot 14 of them.
Good grief. As we said, 10 fouls have been called on ICC. Only 2 have been called on the Rangers so far, but ICC, hey, that's part of the game. You just got to weather the storm and see if you can battle through it here. Now ICC, though, needs a basket in a big way and a 3-second call. Boy, we talked about the first quarter, now the third quarter. Maybe we'll see what we saw in the first half and the second half. ICC puts it together in the fourth. So the Rangers with the basketball now. They're going to dribble in. Nice extra pass. Juggled the ball around a little bit. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of ICC.
Well, that was a really good pass in under low that time to Chloe Messer.
Yeah, she just wasn't ready for it.
Luckily, she wasn't ready for it because I tell you what, that was an easy layup on the way, and that was a nice inbound pass.
So 51-43 is the score. 135 and counting to go here in the third quarter. I'm Adam Gore, Jordan Smith, Raphael Henry up top, running the camera for tonight's game. Lee Adams is taking photos. You can see those photos on ICCimages.com. Wilson putting on a dribbling expedition. Now dips it off to Gandy. Gandy's going to drive inside. Kicks it out to Williams. Williams for a long 2. That one needs to fall, and it does.
That's a big basket there from Shamia Wilson. It's another possession where ICC struggles to move the basketball and space the floor, but still they get that bucket and get it back within 6.
Yeah, if you're ICC, you want to stay within striking distance heading into that fourth quarter. Kick it out. Three-pointer. This is where the Rangers are dangerous. Yes.
You cannot give Lindsey Hall that much room. I mean, she's standing by herself on that far side wing, and there's not a white jersey anywhere around her.
And that's what we talked about at the beginning of the game. This is a team, Northwest, that shoots the three-pointer well, live and die by it, and they're thriving tonight. The ICC, they need to get a good possession this trip down the floor. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 38 on the game clock. And a foul finally called on the Rangers.
Yeah, that's one of those fouls you call with 34 seconds left to try to make those numbers look a little bit more even.
For sure, as that is the third foul called on the Rangers, so the ICC ball on the baseline. Oh, by the way, ICC's been hit with 10.
Northwest has been in the double bonus since the 6-minute mark.
And there's a foul there, but no call. But good thing Williams was able to finish there. And a big basket keeps it a 7-point contest now. Rangers, no shot clock. They can elect to hold off for the last shot here with 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They lead at 54-47.
I'll tell you what I would do. I would watch number 12, Lindsey Hall. I would not let her set up anywhere near that corner.
And that's exactly where she goes. Gandy's going to kind of sneak out there on her. Now 5 seconds. And they turn it over. Wow, a foul not called on ICC that time when they could have. And then Wilson just couldn't get the shot off before the horn sounds.
ICC gets bailed out right there. That easily could have been a foul call. About 3 seconds left. It would have given Northwest 2 more free throws to end the quarter. But nonetheless, you get that stop, and a quarter that was not as ugly as the first, but definitely wasn't very pretty whatsoever. Sees you lose what was a 9-point lead. You now trail by 7.
We'll take a break and hear word from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back as we get set for the fourth quarter of play. Northwest leads at 54-47 after taking advantage of plenty of opportunities from the free throw line there in the third quarter. But hey, that's what you got to do. Play the game the way it's called. If ICC, though, you got to find a way to battle through, and the Rangers will have the ball to start the fourth.
Yeah, luckily the foul count gets reset after the third quarter because
thank you, Jesus.
Northwest was in the double bonus at the 6-minute mark remaining in the third.
Rangers with the basketball. They're in their road blue, ICC in their home white. North Division openers for both squads. Rangers in trouble here. Now there's 8 seconds on the shot clock. Make it 3 seconds. Going to have to hurry. Runner in the paint is up. No good. Rebound. Ripped down that time by Burgess, and there's a foul.
There's a foul call that's going to go against the Rangers. But again, just credit all of that to Zaire Burgess. Burgess, the freshman out of Lafayette High School, has gone all over the glass to get those rebounds tonight.
Substitution's getting set to come in here for the Rangers. Coming in will be number 22. That's Taylor Fletcher, along with Mallory Russell into the contest here. Let's go ahead and reset your lineup on the floor here for ICC. Of course, this lineup being brought to you by the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. You got number 11, Tabria Gandy. Number 23, that's Keely Wilson. Number 20, Shamia Williams. Number 4, that's Whitney Watkins. And number 5 is Zaire Burgess on the contest here for ICC. Well, Gandy that time just tripped over her own foot, was able to keep the possession of the basketball. That was impressive in itself.
Yeah, if she had not tripped, she had Zaire Burgess on that pick and roll right down the block. She was wide open and couldn't quite get it there.
Oh, they're going to say that's last touch by ICC, so Rangers basketball here. Not a good possession. That one looked doomed from the get-go there for ICC as Rangers now will have it. ICC is going to put on a little bit of a token press here, see if they can get back in the contest with Jordan. That's what they did in the second quarter. Up that tough defensive play, and they were able to come away and come away with some big stops as well.
Yeah, this is a Northwest team that really wants to get down there and set up their half-court set and get the basketball into some of these good shooters' hands they have.
Russell lets traffic clear, puts the shot up, a lot of contact, no foul call. Out of bounds. They say the shot was blocked. Last touch by ICC. Break there for ICC, in my opinion, because there was tons of contact that easily could have been called.
Yeah, Coach Troy House shot up off the bench and put his hands up on his head, thinking, well, where's the foul call there? Well, on the other end down here, we were thinking that a lot in the third quarter as well.
3-point basket from the Rangers is up off the mark. No good. And the rebound to Burgess. Burgess has cleaned the boards tonight for ICC. Gandy with it. Thought about trying to hustle it down the floor. Didn't have numbers. Great job by the Rangers getting back defensively to force ICC to reset their offense.
This is a big possession for ICC. Need points here so it allows you to get back into your defensive press.
Gandy knocks a big shot down there for ICC. Makes it a 49-54 contest. Now if you're ICC, you got to keep coming up with stops. And answers on the other
pressure.
end.
Yeah, there it is. Right? That forces a turnover. Keep applying that ball pressure. Do not allow their shooters to sit in the corner and come off a screen with an open look.
Smart play by Wilson that time. Gandy was calling for the ball on the break. Wilson didn't like the numbers that she had and then wisely backed it back out and reset the offense. Gandy with the basketball, calling for a screen. Gets it. Good switch that time by the Rangers. Gandy drives inside and finishes.
Good job. Fights through the contact. She wanted it earlier on in possession, but she's able to get it there, go on the weak side with her weak hand, and finish left side off the glass.
7:40 to play here in the contest. ICC trails at 54-51. Rangers with the basketball, wanting to slow it down a little bit offensively.
Yeah, this is their MO on offense. They want to get into that half-court set. They want to screen you and roll one of these shooters off it with an open look. That's how they burned you early in the first half.
Rangers with it now, working out on the right wing, trying to drive inside. Taken away by Wilson, but a good job hustling on the play. And then the Rangers get it back.
That's got to be a foul on number 20, Kayla Freeman, as Keely Wilson's laying on the floor with the basketball and somebody dives on her back. I don't know what it's going to take at some point to get a foul call both ways. This got out of hand.
The referees are just about a bad bump away from losing control of this basketball game. You saw a shove between ICC and the Northwest player. And a little bit of a flop by Wilson after the shove, but she initiated the shove, and the Ranger player answered back that time. So the referees have got to do a better job right now getting this game back under control. Back and forth is going between these two teams, but JUCO basketball is this powder keg, and it don't take much of a spark to get it set off.
Well, we're having a conversation about something here at the scores table.
It's a shot clock.
But honestly, when you got somebody laying on the floor with the basketball in possession, and somebody dives in out of nowhere like they're diving on a loose fumble and lands on their back, and it's not a foul call, that's going to allow things to get out of control in a hurry.
Yeah, so luckily nothing malicious came of that between the two players as they were frustrated with each other, and now let's hopefully we can play some clean basketball the rest of the way out here. 7 minutes to play. ICC trails at 54-51. Wilson with the basketball, calling for a screen. Now tries to drive inside, nothing there. Watkins with it. Watkins kicks out, spot up three here for the tie for ICC. Off the mark, no good. And a foul's going to be called here on Williams. Well, good call that time as Williams came in and got her with a little bit of the hip and pushed her out of the way. But right now,
well, you don't have a choice now but to call it that way because things are so close to getting out of hand earlier.
And that's just because of the way the game has been called so far here in the second half. So the referees, unfortunately, lost control, now having to get the control back under. Now here comes the Rangers on the other end. There's going to be a foul called there. So now the Rangers will go back to the free throw line. And, Jordan, this is where they've made a living tonight. Didn't shoot any in the first half. Shot about 50-11 in the third quarter. And now back to the line they go here.
Yeah, did not have a free throw attempt in the first half, but they were 11 of 14 from the free throw line in the third quarter alone, and that got them from a 9-point deficit to a 7-point lead over the course of those 10 minutes.
Second free throw is up on its way, and it's good. Substitution coming in the game here. This is going to be Pfeiffer back into the contest. Looks like ICC will be checking out number 13, Brownlee. So 6:36 to play here. It's still a contest. 5-point game here. 56-51 Rangers with the lead here in this opening division matchup in North Division play. And it has been a doozy. Remind you, we got the guys game coming up as well.
Shamaria Overton's bringing the basketball up the floor. She's looking for some help, and she's getting, ball side pressure, and defense is just all over her the whole way through. And it's just, again, not a good offensive possession from ICC as Keely Wilson throws it to Pfeiffer and has no chance to get the basketball.
Well, Keely tried to throw it to Pfeiffer. She threw it to about the third row of the student section, who, by the way, impressive student section considering we've got finals. Tomorrow's the last day of finals. Of course, we'll be honoring our softball team during halftime of the men's game. They'll have a special ceremony here, probably going on right now. Actually, if it is, there's some of the softball players not at it. Or no, that's the freshman softball players, I should say. As a long two is off the mark, no good, and ICC rips the rebound.
And I don't think Northwest wants to get into a track meet in the building right here tonight, but we're close to getting to that point. I mean, that's an offensive possession where they didn't go with what you looked at, the ball movement, the screens to get the three-point shooters open. It was run down the floor and shoot it as fast as possible. That's not the method they're looking for.
Wilson buries the jumper in the paint. A big basket there for ICC. Makes it a three-point contest, 56-53. But if you're ICC right now, Jordan, you can't afford to trade baskets. Three-pointer, no good. Wilson with the rebound.
And again, just straight down the floor, no pass, step into a three-point shot with Claire Fleming. I mean, she shoots it well, but still, I don't think that's what you're looking for offensively.
ICC wisely backs it back out, resets the offense now through Gandy. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 5:25 to play here in the game. ICC trailing at 56-53. Gandy wanting to weave her way through traffic, step back jumper on its way, good.
Good job by Gandy, just did it all, put the team on her back right there. Not a very good look, not very open, but somehow she's able to force it up and in there. That's got to be a carry. There it is, 22, Taylor Fletcher tucked it and ran with it for a minute.
56-55, ICC with a chance to retake the lead here. 5:07 to play in the fourth quarter. This has been quite the interesting, quite the bizarre, pick your adjective, Jordan. This is a game that's had a little bit of everything tonight.
Yeah, we've not had one quarter where the two teams were separated by less than 9 points.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 points. But each quarter, it's seesawed back and forth. It's been a seesaw affair all the way through.
Gandy with the basketball now is going to drop it off here on the left wing in front of us in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. We'll have to kick it back out. Williams with the basketball, thought about the three.
And there's no movement on offense. Just all five people standing around, and it forces whoever's got the basketball to make something happen.
That shot is off the mark, no good. Nice strong rebound underneath that time by number 23. That was Sykes. She's got to be careful. I believe she's got 4 fouls in the game. We've got a timeout called by the Rangers. Timeout on the floor, 56-55, 4:30 to play. Don't go anywhere, folks. Don't want to miss this one. We'll be back with more. Let's hear from Coke here on the ICC Sports Network.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. Northwest clinging to a 56-55 lead. 4:30 to play here. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith, courtside here at the Davis Event Center. Jordan, what does ICC need to do over this final 4.5 minutes to find a way to come away with the win?
Just keep playing that strong defense the way they have. I mean, do not get burned by those three-point shooters we've seen from Northwest. I mean, offensively, you got to finish when you're right there at the goal. You've had good looks and have not finished them very often. You got to finish. You got to score in transition on opportunities like this.
Well, ICC gets the stop defensively. Wilson drives down. Her layup's no good. Gandy with the tip, and it's there.
5'3" Tabria Gandy. She's going to have 10 rebounds when the night's over. She's in the right place at the right time and tips one back in and gives the Indians the lead right back.
57-56, 4:04 to go here in the contest. Lady Momentum, she can't decide who she wants to ride with right now. Rangers with the basketball. Into the corner they go with it. Back up top, spot up, three-pointer on its way. That one good.
That's what we're talking about. That's what you can't let happen. You can't let Claire Freeman, Lindsey Hall, and Zanaya Daniel get open from three-point range because they'll knock one down in a heartbeat.
Well, they did a good job getting that mismatch between number 15, Fleming, and then Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer had to play back to play her off the dribble. Gave her enough room to bury the three. The Lady Indians with the basketball now. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 3.5 to play. Williams drives inside. Her shot is up in and good.
Good job by Shamia Williams off the bench with her 12th point tonight. She's given the offense a little jolt and has been able to score when seemingly no one else has been able to. Nice little left-handed hook there in the lane.
59-59 is the score. Coming up on 3:15 to play. Driving inside, kick out, spot up, three-pointer on its way. That one good.
If you're Lamaya Pfeiffer, you cannot come off the floor there. You can't over-pursue the shooter. That allows for a pass underneath, a pass into the corner, and a three-point shot getting buried.
62-59, Rangers with the lead. 3:07 to play here. Time on the floor. Let's take it with them. Back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back out of the timeout. 62-59, Northwest with the lead, and a large part of that, they've just hit everything and then some behind the arc.
Well, several times tonight, ICC has come out to the arc and over-pursued a pump fake shot. All that does is allow somebody else somewhere to be wide open. That extra skip pass has burned the Indians 2 or 3 times tonight. 11 threes for Northwest is really the reason they're up 3 at this point.
Well, if you're ICC, you don't have to have a 3 here to answer. Just need to come away with points. Working off the screen, off the baseline to Wilson. Picked up nicely that time by the Rangers. 12 seconds now on the shot clock. Gandy with it goes inside to Williams. Williams turnaround jumper. It's up in and good.
That's all it was. A little bit of a screen set, maybe even on accident by Pfeiffer. She's able to open up enough room for Wilson to just turn around and hit that 6-foot jumper.
62-61. Northwest with the lead. ICC getting back defensively. Man-to-man defense. Out Lady Indians. Back and forth we go in this contest. 2:29 to play before this one is possibly final. Three-pointer on its way. That one off the mark. No good. Rebound. Tip. Rangers get it. Put back is up in and good. Nice hustle underneath that time to grab the rebound and push the lead back out to 3.
Yeah, Tamara Sykes goes up, gets that offensive board, comes down to the floor, and goes right back up with it again. Most of the time you're either going to get fouled or hit the layup.
Wilson drives inside, no good. Pfeiffer put back is good.
Pfeiffer has bailed out the Lady Indians time and time again tonight. That's her 10th point in only about 7 minutes of action. She just cleans up the glass on the offensive board and knows what to do with it when she gets it in her hands.
Well, if you're ICC right now, got to find a stop defensively. Rangers want to get the basket. Baseline jumpers off the mark, no good. Tabria Gandy with the rebound. Gandy wanting to get out and run. It's a 4-on-1 break. Wisely backs this one back out. Watkins wants the 3. Big if it goes. No, not the shot you needed there, Jordan.
Well, it's a wide open look for Whitney Watkins in transition. You feel good at the top of the key stepping into that one, but still had not allowed your team to get down there and get into position. With a 1-point lead and 1:28 to go, Coach Troy Howell realizes this is a big juncture in the game. He'll burn a timeout.
Timeout on the floor, 64-63. Rangers with the lead, 1:28 to play. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Itawamba Community College. Registration for the spring semester at Wallet Hub's #1 community college in the state and 25th best in the country is open now through December the 18th, weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in the Student Affairs offices on both the Fulton and Tupelo campuses. You can also register by visiting apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 1:28 to play here. Rangers with a 64-63 lead here. Jordan, you saw it during the timeout. They're checking in all their shooters here.
Absolutely. Lindsey Hall, Claire Fleming, Taylor Fletcher, Zanaya Daniel, all 4 of those shooters out there on the floor. As actually they're not going to have Fletcher on the floor, but still 3 of those shooters that have burned you from the three-point line. 11 three-point baskets for Northwest on the night. Got to tie yourself to that hip pocket of those shooters, not allow them to get open to fire one here late.
And then Wilson nearly takes the basketball away. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. Inside they go, trying to get that mismatch. They go inside, turnaround shot is up too hard. Offensive rebound, put back, no. A lot of contact, late whistle, but the right call. Boy, just would have loved to see another rebound there by ICC in that situation, but credit the Rangers. Got big, got strong, and was able to get that rebound was Sykes.
Yeah, so many ladies for the Indians were right there on top of the basketball. They all pursued and tried to block the shot, but by doing that, they're all off the floor when it shoots off the rim. Sykes was able to get her own rebound, and now will go to the line. First time to the line tonight for Tamaria Sykes. She shoots only 48% there on the year.
So waiting the first free throw. That one back iron, no good. Big miss. 106. Yeah.
Golly.
We're on the same page there. 106 to play here. Fourth quarter. North Division opener for both these teams. Second free throw, that one back iron, no good. And the rebound to Tabria Gandy.
Big possession here for the Indians. Don't have to go in a hurry, but you just got to be clean on offense. Can't turn it over. Work the floor, space the floor, get yourself a good look.
Inside a minute to play now. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Williams back up top to Wilson, over to Gandy. Gandy calling for a screen. Will get it, goes inside, loses a dribble, and turns it over. But then there's a steal by Gandy. Throws up the shot, it's good. Are you serious?
What a job by Tabria Gandy. Just the fight is very evident in hers. Misses a shot, gets the steal, and throws one back in. That was a prayer she threw off the glass that landed for the Indians.
Rangers drive inside, and there's a foul. Well, that play there for Tabria Gandy is going to be our early nominee for our What a Play Wednesday, presented by Renaissance Bank.
There's a lot of contact. Yeah. She hits it as she falls to the floor. Foul goes against the Indians, and to reset things, we'll have number 20, Kayla Freeman, who goes to the free throw line, trailing by 1 point. Freeman on the year hasn't shot a whole lot of free throws, but she has led the team with 8.4 points per game.
So Freeman to the free throw line, taking a lot of time. Fires and no good. Big miss there for Freeman. 31 seconds. We saw some dramatics in the game before this last time we were in the event center.
Here's the thing. After the rebound here, whether they make it or miss it, you want to run as much time off the clock as possible. If they make, you want to hold it for the possible last shot. Either win the game or send it to overtime.
Second free throw. That one's off the mark. No good. Pfeiffer with the rebound. Timeout ICC to advance the basketball to midcourt. Well, I tell you what, she wanted nothing to do with those free throws, and you kind of saw it in her body language at the free throw line.
Absolutely. Tough spot right there to go to the line, try to tie the game up. Now, 31 seconds on the clock. Coach Porter is going to call a timeout, advance the basketball. It'll be on the near side, over on the camera side. They'll inbound it right there at the half-court line. You got to draw something up here to try to get the basketball into the hands of your best free throw shooter. Only shot it at 61% so far on the year, but you got to make 2 big free throws right here. That's what's going to happen. Northwest is going to try to foul you.
65-64, back with more right after this.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women in the communities they influence every day.
And welcome back to action. 65-64. ICC with the lead. 31 seconds to play. We talked about it during the timeout. ICC advanced the basketball. Rangers have got to foul 3 times before they put the Indians on the line.
1 timeout apiece.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what Northwest does right here. It's only 2 team fouls. To get to the double bonus, they've got to get to 5. So they're going to have quite a few opportunities here to try to deny the inbound pass or trap.
And Gandy able to get away from it, and they're going to quickly foul Gandy. There will be foul number 3. 2 seconds and some change, so basically 3 seconds ran off the clock that time. Shot clock will now go down to 20. And once again, you've got to foul here if you're the Rangers immediately. I don't know if you just don't try to foul before the ball's even inbounds.
Well, you've got an opportunity to try to deny it and force that last timeout to be called, or when it's inbounded, if you can get a trap situation and force a turnover, it keeps this from being a free throw game. Good job by ICC as they're going to run some time off the clock by doing this. Got to be careful. Yeah. Can't turn it over, though.
And then they do call the bumping foul here.
She ran 6 seconds
off
the
that
clock.
Was big. That was big there. So Rangers a little bit confused. They have figured the referee was going to immediately call the foul once they inbound it. Neither one of the players committed the foul. And so now the next foul will put the Indians to the free throw line. Gandy, near backcourt violation, was able to keep it. Now the Rangers coming up and commit the foul. And wow, a lot of time ran off the clock there before they committed the foul. But Gandy, man, I'm surprised she didn't tear everything in her legs as she put the brakes on and did not go into the backcourt. Would have been a big turnover there for the Indians.
That's
but
dangerous.
It's not. Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be careful. You've got to have the wherewithal to know where that half-court line is at. If you throw a pass there close, you can't put your point guard in a position to turn it over.
Jordan, got to have both these free
big
throws.
Big free throws right here from Shemaya Williams.
Especially with a really good three-point shooting team in the Rangers.
She shot it from the line 85% on the year. You need both of these.
First one, rattles in and falls.
You've got to get, no matter what happens here, a make or miss, you've got to get back on defense. You've got to, again, tie yourself to the hip of the three-point shooters. You've got to be ready because they have buried 11 of them on you so far tonight.
Well, the Rangers tried to sneak Daniel back that time, and Whitney Watkins finally saw her and chased back to cover the three-point shooter in a hurry. Second free throw is off the mark, no good. Timeout by the Rangers. They're going to advance the ball. Don't go anywhere, folks. ICC leads it 66-64. Rangers with a chance. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back. 17.2 seconds left in the contest. ICC clinging to a 66-64 lead. The Rangers, who have buried more than 10 three-pointers already in the contest, has a chance late.
They got all the shooters checked into the game here, Adam. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for a win, a three-point shot here at the end.
Rangers with it now, 15 seconds. Now dribbling around, trying to work off the screen, make it 8 seconds. Now 5. Going to drive inside. Runner is up. No good, and the Indians survive.
Man, what a job there defensively by the Lady Indians as they were able to get around every single ball screen as they tried to rotate those shooters off the screen and get them a little bit of room. They denied every single one of them, did not give them an opportunity to get that 3 up. Then on the late drive, too late to try to force something. What a job defensively there in the end to lock down and play.
Man, Jordan, I'm going to tell you what, if we have a lot more games like this here in the Davis Event Center this season, I'm getting too old for that.
It seems like all of these are coming down to the wire, but what a job by Coach Robin Porter and her ladies to come out and open up 1-0 in North Division action on the year.
66-64, your final score. Lady Indians hang on to pick up the win here in an instant classic over the Rangers. We're going to take a timeout and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that.
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC wins the wild one, 66-64. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith, courtside here at the Davis Event Center inside the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Jordan, ICC improves to 6-2 on the year. More importantly, 1-0 in the North Division. The Rangers fall to 7-4, 0-1 in North Division play. You've got some of those Sonic stats right there in front of you. Let's talk about those while we take a look back at some of the Little Caesars instant replays throughout the night.
Absolutely. Look at the Sonic stats from the big win from ICC, 66-64. A seesaw affair all the way through. The first and third quarters belonged definitely to Northwest, but it was the second and fourth quarters that belonged to the Indians and got us to the 66-64 final score. Taking a look by the numbers comparing the two teams, it was Northwest who shot at 34.5% from the field, but shot at 44% from the three-point line and 11 of 25 shooting behind the arc. 13 of 18 from the from the free throw line, that is, for the Lady Rangers. ICC was 30 of 77 from the field, so they shot 19 more times than Northwest did in the game, but they were only 3 of 18 from the three-point line. That's 16.7%. And only shot 7 free throws, 3 of 7 from the free throw stripe for 42.9%. It was a big first quarter that allowed Northwest to get out in front, led in part by 5 of 9 from the three-point line. They led it 17-6. Second quarter was all ICC, where they outscored Northwest by a score of 28-8. and took a 34-25 lead into the locker room at the halftime break. But Northwest came out in the third quarter firing on all cylinders, put 29 points on the board compared to only 13 from ICC, and had the lead at the end of 3. But ICC fought back, especially played tough down the stretch. They trailed by a point with 5 minutes left, but they're able to come out with a 66-64 victory. The Indians were led by Tabria Gandy, who finished up the night shooting at 11 of 20 from the floor. She was 0 of 1 from the free throw line, but a double-double for Gandy with 22 points and 11 total rebounds in 34 minutes of play. Also in 34 minutes of play was Keely Wilson, who had 10 rebounds, was only 2 of 14 from the floor, but had 4 points and 4 assists to go along with that. Whitney Watkins was 3-11 from the floor, had 9 points in the game. Tamoya Brownlee got the start and had 2 points, as well as Zaire Burgess. Burgess with 10 rebounds. She led the team in rebounding in the first half, totaled with 10 to finish the night, and 2 total points. Off the bench, Shemaya Williams was 6 of 12 from the floor for 15 points, and Lamaya Pfeiffer 5 of 6 for 10 points, 5 rebounds, and only 14 minutes of action. I thought Pfeiffer possibly could have been the player of the game coming off the benches. All 5 of those baskets she made were cleanup opportunities where she was able to go up and finish on a second chance play. Taking a look at Northwest by the numbers, we'll hit the high points with them. Lindsey Hall led all scoring for the Lady Rangers with 14 points, led in part by 4 of 7 from the three-point line in 32 minutes of action. Taylor Fletcher was 2 of 3 from the three-point line for 10 points, and Zanaya Daniel was 5 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 6 from the three-point line for 13 total points. So in double figures, Hall, Fletcher, and Daniel with 14 for Hall, 10 for Fletcher, and 13 points for Daniel. In double digits for ICC, 22 points for Gandy, 15 points for Shemaya Williams off the bench, and 10 points for Lamaya Pfeiffer.
Those are your Sonic stats being brought to you by the Sonic here in Fulton. Speaking of Sonic, we still got to pick our Sonic star of the game, and it's tough. I do like Pfeiffer, but you look at it, and the Lady Indians just found a way as a team to fight back in this one. Jordan, I'm going to put this decision on you.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Tabria Gandy got you back into the game as the point guard down the stretch and finished the night with 22 and 11. Hard to say no to a double-double.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Lamaya Pfeiffer. She's got 10 points. All 10 of those came off of rebounds offensively. She only played in 14 minutes of action, but that was 14 very valuable minutes for Lamaya Pfeiffer.
And that is your Sonic star of the game, going along with our Sonic stats as well. ICC, as we mentioned, picks up the 66-65 win?
66-64.
66-64, and that big basket, man, what a play it was after a turnover, and then got it back and just threw the ball up and found a way to send it home, was Gandy for the eventual game-winning shot, as we talked about, an early nominee for our Renaissance Bank What a Play Wednesday be coming your way on Wednesday. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com. We're about 13 minutes away from the start of the men's game. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.